All right. Hey everyone and welcome. Oh, sorry. Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Mo. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how me and the 9 to 5 life is not a good fit. And I I mean I kind of knew this, but I was like teetering on like maybe I just haven't found the right one. But I was having a conversation with my friends last night, just expressing my frustrations with my current employer, and it's like I could leave my job and find another job, but then what I'm worried about is that what if I go to another organization or another company and they're just as toxic as the place that I'm working at now? Like what if like it doesn't matter where I go, I'm still going to be uncomfortable. And so that made me say to myself, well, maybe the 9 to 5 work style is not for you. And I'm in this season now of I kind of been in this season, which is like what my whole channel is about transformative, positive transformation, positive growth, self-growth, self-love, all those good things that's gonna sustain you. And I went on that rant, forgot what I was about to say. But I'm being more intentional about finding things that work for me and pushing away things that don't. Especially as I continue to finalize the book that I'm working on, the ebook that I'm working on called How to Stop Watering Weeds. And the title in itself is a metaphor. It's a metaphor regarding like stop wasting your time. Stop putting your energy in things that don't produce any fruit for you. Because a weed can't necessarily do anything. But cloud or not even cloud, but block the vision of the actual fruit or the plants that you really want to grow. Weeds just get in the way of that. So how do you stop watering that? How do you stop paying attention to that? How do you stop feeding the unnecessary? And one way that I feel like you stop doing that is first and foremost to recognize it. And for me, as I look at my life, one weed that I need to stop watering is this need to try to fit in with other people and with social constructs. And one particular social construct is the 9 to 5 lifestyle. And sorry, what is that noise? Is that a flute or a recorder or bad breaks? I'm like, it's just annoying to me. But did it come back? Okay. But one weed, I'm like, is this job hopping? Like, okay, if I leave this job, then I can go to this job and maybe it'll be different. But it's just like, and I was telling my friends, like, let's see. I was telling them how many jobs I've had over the past few years. And I'm going to count it on my finger now. So I'm not going to include my business endeavors that I'm trying to do. So I've had this job, the social justice nonprofit that I work for right now. I work for another social justice nonprofit. I work for an arts nonprofit. I worked at I worked at another, it was a nonprofit that worked with immigrants, worked for that nonprofit. So that's 4 right here. And then what else have I done? I worked at a distribution company, so that's five employers. I worked at, and this tangent is going to be restaurants. I worked at the restaurant in Crystal City, worked at the restaurant in DC, worked at the restaurant in Maryland. I think that's all of them. So since I've been to the DC area, I worked at 8 different places. And each place has had its own level of toxicity. Whether it's an organization that's fighting for justice or a restaurant that's trying to sell its worst dish and making it seem like there's a special going on. Each place has been toxic. There's always somebody lying to the public. Is just all I'm gonna say. And about that. And so instead of me like trying to hop from one job to another, and hoping that the next employer is not as toxic, I just had to really step back and say to myself, stop hopping. Stop wasting your time. Stop focusing on the unnecessary. Stop watering weeds. Like, girl, this is not for you. This lifestyle is not for you. And be honest about what you want and what kind of environment works best for you, because you're not like other people. And that's a good thing. So stop trying to put yourself in a box that you continue to break. Like, you continue to put yourself in a situation that don't fit you. The people know it don't fit you. Like, everybody know, but everybody know. You know, like, everybody knows. And so, and you can't, and the most important thing that I'm telling me that hopefully resonates with other people is that you can't fake the funk. Okay. No matter how many times you smile and try to make conversation, they know you don't want to be there. They know when you know deep inside your heart that you don't want to be there. And even when I think about just like the different places that I've worked, actually 9. I forgot a restaurant. Even though I have, even though I've been in these work environments, my body has always indicated to me how, baby girl, my dear, little mama, you're not supposed to be here. Like, I'm not entirely sure what you're supposed to be doing, but this isn't it. Because it doesn't make any sense for you to wake up each morning, be grateful to have air in your lungs and to see the sun come out and to see plants and to drink water and to be able to talk to loved ones, to have a relationship with God, to have your health. You shouldn't be waking up sad. And the reason why you're sad is because you have to go to work. That shouldn't be happening. That should not be happening. And I will wake up sad. Each job that I've had, I've always waked up sad to go to work. I have never had a job that I was always happy in the beginning before you before your, I don't want to say that, but before the rose colored lenses are taken off. Like, you either see your manager do something very fucked up, either have no compassion for any type of thing that you got going on, or they themselves don't care about their job, but they're the managers, so the only way they're going to get fired is if their bosses come, and if they know that you got their bosses to come, you might get fired. I mean, because you don't know what their relationship is like with their boss, because maybe maybe they're very cool with their bosses, and so it's just like a very fucked up situation. Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, my body has told me things. And again, as I continue to, because I'm also plugging this book, y'all. As I continue to like read over the drafts of the ebook, and just like really want the messaging to hit, one aspect of the book talks about body, talks about health. And it's not a big book. Because, it's more, I'll say it's more like a guide, because it's going to be a short book. But it talks about connecting with your body. And your body lets you know. It lets you know. And my body has constantly been letting me know that this is not for me, this is not for me, this is not healthy for me, you need to get out. And things that will happen is, well, first, like I said before, I would wake up sad. So many things to be grateful about in life, and I will still wake up sad because I have to go to work. And I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. I'm literally there to make money. But I tell myself that I'm there for another reason, because unfortunately, the age that I grew up in, you were taught to be there because you want to be there, and because you are really enthusiastic about the organization and the company. But for real, the reality of it is that you're there to get paid. But you're not supposed to tell them that. You're supposed to tell them that you're there for other, I guess, pure reasons of, I just really enjoy the work that you all do. It's like, girl, boy, bye. But like, yeah, so that was a rant. But I'll wake up sad. But I will also cry at work. That's pretty sad to cry at work, because the job is just so fucking sucky. Or the people suck. Like, yeah, there's probably 4 instances where I've cried at work. I think one time I cried at work was because a social justice nonprofit that I worked at, because I'm Nigerian, I have a Nigerian name. I've never been ashamed of my ethnicity and my culture. But I do say my name in a way that's more easily digestible. For myself too, but also for other Americans too. But I also enjoy how my name is properly said as well. And I was doing some work, and I was emailing somebody, and the person didn't know who I am. And instead of, well, they didn't, the thing that they did was they made it seem like I was a fake person. Like I was some type of scammer, which is first and foremost, is that racist? Because I am Nigerian, and I know that there were some emails coming along because I have seen them. I have seen them. But I'm not no Nigerian scammer. Like, what the fuck? But they sent that email. It got me upset, and I'm at a social justice nonprofit, so I'm like, I know the people that are working in this organization, they're not melanated, they're Caucasian. But I'm like, if you fighting a good fight for all people, and injustice is an injustice. So, let's get rowdy up in here. Like, let's get raw up in here. And the person, what my coworker said to me was, well, first and foremost, they seem to, maybe they tried to comfort me and say something like, I'm sorry this happened, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they tried to do that. But I do remember them creating an excuse for the person's behavior. So no protection there. That was the first sign of no protection. Because they were like, well, that person, they're always very like suspicious of people and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. And then after that, the person also said, how can we get around your name? And I don't think I would ever forget that. Because I'm like, my name is part of my ethnicity, my identity, my culture. You can't get around it. Like, they either need to embrace it or like don't embrace me at all. So I think after that conversation, I cried because first and foremost, the rose-colored lenses were taken off. I thought that by working at a social justice nonprofit, I was in a protected space, and I wasn't. And yeah, it like I thought I was in a protected space, and I wasn't. And it made me sad because the hopes and the ideas and the dreams that I had about working and like being respected and all this other stuff, it just kind of like fell to the wayside because my coworker, who was also, she was also a board member too. She just tapped into what she knew, which was her Caucasity-ness. Her Caucasianness. Like, it didn't matter that she was working in a social justice nonprofit, and the work that we were doing at the time, or the work that they were doing at the time, was working with non-Caucasian people. Like, they were working with everybody. It didn't matter that she still had her Caucasian lens on, and so she couldn't see things from my perspective, and so that made me cry. That made me sad. Another instance was when I worked at an arts nonprofit, and it just made me sad that I was there. I didn't feel like my supervisor knew the fucking savage, he had at his corner. Like, me, I'm the savage. Hello, hi. And like, they were just giving me work that was just like some basic mediocre shit. And I don't mind mediocre, but I'm like, give me also a challenge too. And it just made me sad that I felt like I had to downgrade myself just to get a check. And I didn't feel like my supervisor knew how to, knew what to do with me, really. And because the way that I'm talking now, is not the way that I always felt. I would say that at that time in my life, well, I'll say that at that time in my life, I was very shy about what I had to offer too. So, and I remember one time during my review, he was like, "You should be more confident." And I'm like, "Yeah, that ain't gonna happen anytime soon." Bro, I'm too uncomfortable right here. I am too uncomfortable. You are a Caucasian man. I'm around a whole bunch of rich, or they think they're rich. They like to add rich. But like a whole bunch of like rich people that have like a uppity type of mentality. Like, bruh, I'm not. I like art. I'm here for artistic expression, and I love the art that they were doing. I love it. But like the day to day of it, nah, I can't. I'm kind of like robotic. I can't relax here. I cannot relax here. And so I remember crying at that job. I'll just go in the bathroom and I'll just cry. Because I'm like, I really don't want to be here. How the fuck do I get out of here? And I know that it's going to sound weird, but I was like, but when the pandemic came, thank God. I didn't know. I mean, I was most likely going to quit. But now I didn't have to go through that whole song and dance of like finding a new job and all that other stuff. I had a break. The pandemic provided a break. It did. It provided a break for me. And then another time that I cried at work. How did this video come to this? But then another time that I cried at work when I worked at a distribution company. And I did not like the job, but I did enjoy the work environment overall. That was my first time working with Africans. And it kind of felt like I was at home. Like it kind of felt like the way it felt growing up. Because even though I grew up in the Metro Atlanta area, when you stepped into that house, this was an African household, okay? So, but working with those people, I didn't know that I could laugh at work. That's how much fun I had in that type of environment. I mean, there were definitely some toxic things going on there, but overall, I enjoyed the people that I worked with. They were very fun. But I did cry multiple times. I did cry multiple times at that regarding that job because I didn't like the work that I was doing. I was doing cold calling. Not even cold calling. We knew the customers that we were calling, but they were mean. I mean, a lot of the customers were Africans, and they were mean. Like, yeah, just straight up rude. I remember one time, African man came in there, and he wanted like one of my roles. I guess because I was the more Americanized out of y'all. I guess because I was the more Americanized, so my approach to things were, I mean, I carried myself in a professional manner because I was at work. And so he felt, the general manager felt like I should be doing intake for like new customers. Because like more face forward or forward facing type of thing. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. But I mean, that was wrong on his part because he should have got the other person to do it because she's more lively and more people oriented. Me, I'm not. I'm just patient, but I'm not a bubbly type of spirit. Like, nah. If y'all see me, if y'all ever come across me face to face, y'all gonna be like, why she mad all the time? But anyway, so this guy, he was like, yeah, come sit with me and sit with me in this room and all that other stuff. I was like, no. Like, I know how to be, be polite and kind and respectful, but if I sense bullshit or danger, trust and believe, I'm going to choose me first. Bruh. Don't, no. But he was like, yeah, come sit with me in this room. And it was like the intake room. Like, come sit with me in this room and we can talk and all this other stuff. I'm interested. And then I'm like, no, first and foremost, sir, I don't even serve the area that you work in. Like, that is my coworkers. So if you want to talk about that stuff, you need to talk to her about it, because she works in your region. I don't work in your region, sir. So, no. But like shit like that. And what was another thing? And just the work itself. Like, just Africans can be just very mean. They don't know how to be subtle. Like, how to just, like, I'll say this, they're very quick to call something stupid. Like, they don't turn down their feelings. Or their frustrations. They just let it out. And because I'm American and therefore Americanized, I've been taught my whole life to turn down my feelings and to amp it up if I feel danger is coming. But with Africans, they amp it up. But even if they amp it up, you still might be cool with them. So it's just weird, because it's just like, if I'm going to be amped up, I'm angry at you. I don't give a fuck about you. You are now an enemy. But it seems like for them, when they amp it up, they don't mind that it's amped up, and they might still be cool with you. It's just a very weird dynamic. It was an uncomfortable space for me, because I don't like to get angry, because when I get to the point of being angry, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like, I just don't. And and I just felt like I kept being put in those type of situations because of the work environment. Like, it was one man, he would just like scream. He just screamed at me. It was a customer. Again, that's like pointing to the toxicity within that organization, and kind of when I was talking about the social justice nonprofit, talking about how the employers did not have your back at all. In that particular situation, with the angry customer, I couldn't even say anything to him. I mean, I could have, but I could have lost my job. I didn't say, and felt like I couldn't say anything to him, because he was the highest customer, if that makes sense. Like, he bought a lot of things from the company, and they didn't want to mess that relationship up. So they let this individual get away with saying like slick shit, doing what kind of like whatever the fuck they wanted to do, because he paid like he was he bought a lot of the products. So I felt unprotected there. And I can't remember. I know there was another place that I cried at too. Yeah, I cried at the first. Like, the stories are countless. Is all I'm saying. The stories are countless. When it comes to my body literally telling me, baby girl, no. 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 And I'm like, but what about, and my body's like, no. Just no. No, can we leave now? You don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Can we leave now? And yeah, so that's why I'm just like, now that I'm in this space, I feel like I'm getting to a healthier space. Like, I'm able to even, again, going back to the book, because it's the plug gotta be in there. Going back to how to stop watering weeds, even getting to that mental space of like, how do I stop wasting my time with things that don't serve me? And yeah, so just like having that understanding is just like it's making me go on this hunt, this search for things that actually serve me. And by serving, I mean that things that make my body, my mind, my spirit, and something else. But that makes it feel good. And I was talking to my coach. How much time I got left? Ooh, okay. I'm about to wrap up this video. But I was talking to my coach, and she said something to me that I said to myself in confidence. She said, I think I also said it to my partner too. But she said, you need to find your tribe. And I was like, I almost cried about that too. I was like, girl, you right. I do. I do need to find my tribe. Like, I need to find people that get me. And again, stop putting myself in boxes that I'm just going to fucking burn up or destroy somehow. Like, yeah, I need to find my tribe. And as I'm going through this journey of self-love, self-growth, positive transformation, I'm finding things that work for me and that don't work for me. And I mentioned this in a video that I made at least a year ago about like the benefits of breakups, is that you see what doesn't work for you. So now you can eliminate the things that don't work for you and focus on the things that do work for you. And what don't work for me is the 9-to-5 lifestyle. I enjoy working. Like I work hard and I enjoy working. But the atmosphere of the 9-to-5 lifestyle is that's just not for me. It's too much. And I think when it comes down to it, I'm not anti-people. Like, I don't hate people, but I just can't be around them. I see myself as an empath, and when I'm around a lot of people, maybe that's why I'm uncomfortable too, because I feel a lot of feelings. And sometimes you can cut it off, but when it's something that's so natural for you to do, to feel how other people feel, it takes a lot to even cut it off. And y'all going through a journey with me right now. Y'all going through a journey with me. But I think one way that I cut it off is just like by not talking. But I don't want to be in a space where I can't use my voice. So yeah, it's just weird. It's just a weird dynamic. It's a weird situation to be in. Because I feel like if I don't talk, then I won't care and I won't engage so much. So my space is more protected. But then when you don't talk, people make it seem as if like something is wrong with you. Like you don't want to be there. And it's like, there may be some truth to what they're saying. But sometimes you really do want to be there. But you just, like, I think for me, I do want to be there. I just don't want to feel what y'all are feeling. It's weird. I don't know how to say it. Maybe somebody who's watching this video, they get what I'm trying to say, but it's just weird. But yeah, but overall, I'm trying to find my tribe. I think my tribe, and I just talking about my coaching session, I think, because I wrote this down, like, who do I want to, what type of people do I need to be around? And I'm like, I need to be around creative people. I need to be around entrepreneurs. I need to be around funny people. I need to be around people who don't mind making mistakes. I need to be around people who think farts are funny. Because they are. Like, I need to be around people who think burps are funny. I don't know what it is about a burp. It just tickles me. But I need to be around people who like to laugh. I don't necessarily need to be around people who like to drink. And yeah, I don't need to be around those type of people. I don't mind being around those type of people. I don't judge them because I used to drink. I engage in some other things as well, and so I don't mind it. But you know what? Let me be honest. I want to be around. I need to be around people who are cannabis lovers because they seem to have a different energy about them. I guess they're like carefree or something. But that works for me. I need to be around people who don't mind letting loose. And I think in 9-to-5 spaces, everything is just so, professional. Nobody can ever be. You have the top button always has to be done. Like everything just has to be like da 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 da. And I'm just like, that doesn't work for me. Because I make mistakes and I'm clumsy. And I think farts are funny. And I think burps are funny. Yeah. So, yeah. I think I need to just find my tribe. But I think in order to find my tribe, I need to understand what doesn't work for me. And I will say that the 9-to-5 lifestyle does not work for me. So, yeah. It's going to be a journey, y'all. It's going to be a journey. But I'm going to find my footing. I'm going to find my footing. Because I see other people have found it. One person in particular, I need to finish this video. One person in particular is Amanda Seals. I feel like she has found her thing, her tribe. And so I know that it's possible. And even if it's not, not even looking at somebody famous, even when you're in high school and you see cliques and all that other stuff, that's their tribe. But even when I was in high school, I ain't have no clique. I could mingle with different groups, but nah, I ain't have no clique. So I need to find my tribe. I need to find people that relate to me. And I relate to them. I think somebody like Erykah Badu might be part of my tribe. Like, real earthy people. Like, real just like, they like to have fun, poke fun, not at the expense of others. Yeah. I think I'm getting there. I'm getting there, y'all. I'm getting there, which is exciting. Because I'm not what? I'm no longer watering weeds. No longer wasting my time. Well, all right. Thank you for watching this video. And if you resonate with anything that I've said, definitely leave a comment in the comment section below. Or you can email me at mozoloveinc@gmail.com. Be on the lookout. I said it in the description of the last video, but for real, the ebook will be available in early, I think I said early April, but in April. I'm just doing some revisions, and yeah, I'm just really excited about it. Yeah, and I hope it just resonates with people and just can be used as really like a guide, because I don't know how I got to this space. I think frustration. Yeah, frustration got me to this space of like, I need to change my life. And so, yeah, but thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.